tape, DVDs, being on the stands hand in hand, and then I see him out here in DC. So I'm big on Philly to the world. So shout out to my youngin' all in here from the city. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Cuts. I felt
welcome.
I thought I knew Cuts. He
you probably do from what you work in radio. You probably seen him a million times.
I feel like but he like this the first time we really met in the live in the flesh. You know what I'm saying? So that's how them socials be. You
believe that.
You think you know somebody, but then it's like, damn, that's crazy. But good to see you, Cuts. It's going down. You know what I mean? Tone Trump is in the building. Talk to us, Tone. What you got going on, man?
A whole lot of everything, man. I'm supremely blessed by the best. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I'm so blessed and happy right now. If I really talk about it, I sound like I'm bragging, but I'm just happy.
I'm just happy.
I mean, off mic, we was talking about your restaurant, the store.
Absolutely.
So you got businesses flowing and
absolutely
movements and music, moving. So
Well, most recently, I just got back from Canada. I just did a run in Canada, so I was in Edmonton and Calgary. And they treat me like I sold 50 million records out there, man. Wow. It's amazing, the love and the embracement I get out there. So shout out to Canada. And then I came back from Canada on the 18th, and then on the 19th, they honored me at City Hall. The City Council gave me an award for my community work, so that's a big deal, right?
That's a big deal. That's a 360,
that
right?
made my mommy smile and all that. So shout out, and the thing is, like, I've been offered that award before, and I turned it down because I've always been anti-government and anti the police. So I just felt like me standing in City Hall didn't align with what I was, me being from the streets and stuff. But as I've grown up and matured now, it's so much bigger than just me. So me getting that award was about like my neighborhood, and like my mom was there. My mom can't come to my shows and stuff, but she was there smiling and screaming and all happy. So, as we grow, for my young boys that's listening, it's like life is about growing up. Because 2 years ago, they tried to give me the same award, and I'm like, man, I ain't going down there with them people. You know what I'm saying? But now it's like for the bigger picture and for what I'm trying to do, I gotta have a seat at that table. So I'm working to do that.
The youth see that.
Believe that.
There's a lot going on in Philly.
But then like aside from you just getting a seat at that table, it's cool that you were able to receive somebody appreciating you.
Oh yeah.
Regardless of where the appreciation comes from, because ultimately the victory isn't from your ops dying away; it's from them deciding to wear your colors.
Wow,
you know what I'm saying? Like that's how victory really looks.
Wow.
And so the fact that they were like, you know what, we receive you.
Wow.
It's cool for you to receive them receiving you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
So I mean, sometimes it's like that, man. I had an experience like that this past weekend actually when I was in Oakland at my church, and so I grew up in this church, but then when I got like 20 or 19. I started being like, I don't really know about, I got a question about this, I got a question about that, y'all don't have answers, I ain't going. So like one time I just told my mom, I was like, I graduated from church.
Went to Sunday school.
We went through the whole textbook. I graduated.
Right. I like that actually.
So,
I graduated.
Yeah, and so, but then beyond me just like opposing what I felt was them misleading a lot of people in mass, I realized that some of them are misled and some of them are kind-hearted, but they don't really know how to. Those are the only tools they got. Like the tools they use, those are the tools they got to show they love, right? I grew to a point where I'm totally able to accept that. And then, to my surprise, I went with my grandmother and my mom to church on Sunday. And, man, the pastor called me up there and he was like, man, and so like now in church, they have like the full congregation, but they also have it streaming live.
Yeah, you streaming.
Yeah, so like
global
like,
church got the TV.
I know, right? He was like,
they want them worldwide.
Tell everybody about what you're doing. You know,
believe it.
Like he gave me like a whole rock star moment in church.
Was up there, had your preaching moment.
And I was just like, man, I just told everybody, what I'm doing, where to find me, all that stuff. Had my brand in the church program, and I was like,
wait. You're not gonna just slide that past my audience. So the preacher called you up there, and then you went up there and started cross promoting the flowers.
No, the clothes.
Grindstone. He had to be on point. That's why I need clarity. I'm like, y'all wilding in Oakland. Okay, all right, bet.
But it was a beautiful full circle moment, and sometimes you got to receive them full circle moments for their work. You know what I'm saying? It can't just be like, man, I ain't. Nah, they like you, and this is how they know how to. This is what they know how to do in order to show you love.
And also, we gotta know as we grow older, like we can sit down with people we don't agree with. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's growth. That's a part of growth.
Yeah, like
That's
my dad used to say to me, he used to say, man, if the skinheads got the guns, we gonna sit down with the skinheads. So it's like, you know what I mean? When certain things you need, like if you talk about farming, like it was a time where it wasn't a lot of black farmers. So if we needed certain produce and stuff like that, we might have to go sit down with some people who hate us. But we have to have that ability because a true leader and a strong leader and a true man can sit down with anybody.
Yeah.
And like you talked about, you just was in Canada, and talk a little about what you was doing out there, because I know you get your promotions on with the music and stuff, but I also saw you do something really big where you spoke at a mosque that had just opened up. Right. Touch on that a little bit.
Right now, I'm on tour right now, so like this weekend I'm in Baltimore from the 27th to the 29th. Then I'm in Atlanta from the 1st to the 4th.
Is it speaking tour? What type of tour?
It's kind of like everything. So some places I go, like Canada, for instance, was just a lecture tour. So I go out there. I actually went to, I was in Edmonton. This community is amazing. Like it was just like so beautiful, so just loving and so supportive. And then I went to Calgary, and out there I'm speaking to troubled youth, and I'm just speaking to my Ummah, which in Arabic means like community, my people. So I do that all over the world. You know what I mean? After I get back from Atlanta, actually I go to Wajir, Kenya, and that's no music involved. But the music and the movies and stuff is always a part of it because they book me as Tone Trump. They're not booking me just because I'm a good guy or I'm a father. They booking me because of my platform and what I do. And then when I get to those places, I do everything. So I might get booked, even if I get booked to go do some music, I'm going to do other stuff while I'm there, feed the people and meet the people and, really get in the streets.
Nah, that's big. And we're going to get to the music too, but it's a lot with Tone Trump. He does a lot, so I want to try and touch on a little bit of everything. I don't think we can get to everything, but I mean, he got books, you got books. You just mentioned the movies. You was in Creed 1 or 2?
The one, the best one.
Creed 1, the original.
I was in the best one.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Did y'all catch that? Did y'all catch him in Creed 1?
Come on, man. Y'all got to get y'all.
He had to get.
Oh yeah.
I gotta look at it now.
He was in there. He had to get a Philly border. He had to get a Philly border right hook. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta look again
when y'all was
now.
in the hallway or something.
Yeah, y'all.
I'm sure I was like, it
tried
was
to
serious.
talk
I remember.
Yeah.
I want very funny.
Hold on, then he just said Creed. Like when people always say you was in Creed, I always like that. Not just I was in Creed. I portrayed myself in Creed.
Yes.
Right.
I played Tone Trump in a movie that was Oscar nominated, won a Golden Globe, and grossed close to $200 million. So when you say Creed, you gotta be careful because you gonna interview a lot of people. And no disrespect, but they doing short films and stuff like that.
Right.
No, I was in the Big Dog. I was in the
Trump.
200 million fight scene with Michael B. Jordan and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Did my own stunts and all that.
Not only that,
Exactly.
but Creed is part of the legendary Rocky franchise, which is a legendary Philly franchise.
Talk about
You're a legendary Philly
That's
franchise,
awesome.
so
Believe
it
it.
all makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Believe that.
Yo, man, that's
I'm grateful.
Tone Trump in the building,
I'm
Black
grateful.
Smoke Podcast.
Hey, shout out to this brother right here too. Last time I was out this way, right, he was in the studio with me and got real crazy in the studio, right? And I was about to really
Not at the official space
No.
table.
Where was I at? Where was I at? Shout to Soundgate. They
the
some good
recording
people. Yeah,
studio.
they good people. It was this nut boy in there though. I was about to have to really hurt, but he was a good dude. Shout to him.
He got a dope joint. You play spades?
Of course I do.
So of course you do. So we got.
I'm better than everybody in here in space. What you talking about, man?
See, there it go.
Nobody in here
There it
says
go.
space.
You got the whole situation.
I don't accept that. I don't receive that. So there's only one way
You
to
got the
find
cards
these
and
type of
everything,
things
the golden
out. You know what I'm
cards, we ready
saying?
for
You know what I mean?
I ain't gonna lie, in Philly, we only really play spades at cookouts and in jail, but I'll make an exception for you tonight, man.
Yo, dope. You definitely got to jump on the spades table, man. Dope platform, and I think we're gonna be working together. Black Smoke, Grindstone Media, official spades table for that official spades table tournament.
That'd be fire.
Coming real soon. We'd love to have you
That'd
come
be
back
fire.
down for that.
That'd be
You know what I'm
fire.
saying? But music-wise, what's going on? Because look, you're not new to this. You're true to this. You've been doing
Believe
music.
that.
Every time I'm getting ready to do something like this, would you always go back into the catalog, and it's so vast. And
Right.
I mean, it's
Truly independent.
it's truly independent, truly authentic.
Not
Truly
fake independent. They got a lot of
Yeah.
fake independents
Lot of-
now.
Yeah.
You've
They
always
be talking about
been,
they independent.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you start peeling through it and be like, man.
Uh-huh.
but
they
also
got ask a white boy if they could
It's
put a song out.
independent.
Exactly.
it's independent,
It's
but
from
it's
the ground
major
up.
too. Like
yeah,
I mean,
independent major.
CeeLo Green, Jim Jones, like
Oh, yeah.
French records with French Montana, like
Kevin Gates.
like all
Warren
type.
G.
Yeah, come on, man. Like
Paul Wall.
yeah, so
Never paid for a feature in my life. All
So-
respect,
that's
all
right.
honor.
Do your research. Google. Go on YouTube.
Right.
Go on all the streaming platforms. Get familiar. What's going on currently right now? What's the most current move?
Currently,
for
what I'm
Trump?
doing now, I'm in the process. Like I'm creating my own genre of music. The music industry is filled with cowards and weirdos and closet homosexuals and different things like that. With all due disrespect. So as I escape that music industry, I'm creating a genre, with this Muslim Don movement. You see the MDF on this Mesquite collab I got. The MDF stands for Muslim Don Family, and the Mesquite is a legendary brand from my city. But I say that to say, but the music I've been making the last couple of years is no cursing, but it's still gangster. It's reality rap, but we cleaned it up. And I'm trying to have like my own category, like, because I don't want to be next to, I don't want to say nobody names because I don't want to get y'all in trouble, but like I don't want to be next to people like Puff Daddy and all them dudes. Like I don't respect them as men, so I don't want to be in the same industry as them, but I love making music. It's therapy for me, so I decided to create like my own genre. And that's what I'm working on now. We about to do our own everything, our own festival, so we don't have to stand
All right, so
next to none of them
name of the
punks and all
genre?
so
that.
look, this
The name of the genre.
He said what?
It's kind of like because even with the last Grammys, my last project was up for Grammy consideration, and I was trying to get put in the gospel category because I'm like, I rap about my love of God. I don't curse, so I'm like, put me in the gospel, and they wasn't with that because plus I thought I could win if I was in the gospel genre. You know what I'm saying? But they wouldn't let me do that, so I haven't really put a
don't
name.
stand a chance.
You know what I'm saying? At all. So I'm still working on the name of it, but right now we just creating. I'm putting the energy out there.
Just know what it is, what you want. What the
You
energy
better
is.
know.
I'm
So
with
that's
you
what
on
we
that.
doing.
Look, so when we were discussing, it was either last week or the week before last, probably the week before last, we were discussing what we were going to talk about. And one of the things that I put up was like, is it time for us to divide hip hop into distinct genres? I think it is, because a trap record is different than like a boom bap record. A Lauryn Hill, a Rhapsody-esque type record is different than a pussy rap record.
But then
Nah,
you
I
go with that
disagree. I
pussy rap
disagree.
shit.
I disagree with that because if you gotta understand, like, that's if you talking about rap, but when you talk about hip hop and the culture and that whole thing, Lauryn Hill and Cardi B and Lil Kim and Nicki Minaj and Rhapsody, that's all the same thing, even if the content is different. Because when we was coming up, when Ice-T was rapping about being an original gangster, y'all didn't separate that from Tribe Called Quest. Then,
But I think what we require from the rapper is
Yeah.
different. Like
I agree with you.
Like I think if we are all in the same gang, or like
nah, that's just that's
all in
really
the same
honestly,
gang.
OG, your age talking. That's your age talking, and that's okay too. But that's your age
know.
talking because
I
like
don't know.
my son can listen to Lil Durk and then he can appreciate Biggie. You know what I'm saying? And then I can educate him on
He's
something.
rare. He's rare.
Nah, you'd be surprised, bro. I know a lot of little young girls that like the Wu. Go to a Wu-Tang show and see how many 15-year-olds you see there. Right. Go to a Freddie Gibbs show and you see 5,000 white kids screaming and he
Well,
rapping
definitely.
about robbing niggas.
No, white people always gonna like hip
that's
hop.
just- yeah.
White people always gonna like hip hop.
They
But I'm
want
saying
this
he rapping
one.
about robbing niggas. You would think it would be like a crowd of like people that look like me, and it's not. Like it's people that it's literally college kids in there and
Well,
future
maybe
lawyers
they
and
probably
doctors.
don't believe him, and it's like going to a movie.
Right. Well, it's
Like going to watch
entertainment.
It's entertainment. That's what I
entertainment.
mean.
Yeah,
That's
at
why
the end of the day,
they.
it is entertainment.
It's
Yeah,
entertainment.
you know what I'm
So your own genre of music.
It's more than just music. Though. It's a whole lifestyle. So it's music. It's fashion. It's social media. It's everything that's going on. Trying to put it in one space. So imagine if you can come to like our version of Coachella, and on one stage I got people reciting Quran. Another stage I got Muslim designers. Another stage I got poets. Another stage I got hip hop. So it's like a whole. It's just so much more. I'm gonna have a whole section with
It's a
just allow
culture.
food trucks. Yeah, it's a whole culture and
It's a whole
lifestyle.
culture. So that's the
festival.
I'm gonna have wedding counselors over here. I'm gonna have martial art training over here for the kids. I'm gonna have firearm safety and training. It's just a whole lifestyle. So our babies don't gotta look up to these suckers that they putting on TV and radio and the social media and TikTok. Like they're strategically placing people in front of our children for a
totally.
reason. And I want
Yeah.
to just try to give us another option. That's my goal.
And I like
let's
that.
go.
So who you
I'm here for
listening
that.
to now?
I listen to me, to be honest. I listen to a whole lot of me, and I listen to people that's on the same tip I'm on. I listen to other, I listen to Jay Dean. I listen to Kevin Gates. I listen to Freeway. I listen to, a lot of 90s hip hop. I listen to a lot of R&B. I don't really, like in my house, I don't play music. So Like, but when you say like I'm in a car, like on the way up here, it's different things I vibe to and different play. But I don't really listen to a lot of.
I'm
like,
trying
rap.
to listen to some Tone Trump right now.
I would love to do that.
Can we play a Tone
I would
Trump
love.
video?
I would love
Can we
to do
keep-
that.
all right, let's
I would
keep-
love
get
to
it
do
cute.
that.
All right, what?
You heard the first person I said when he said who I listened to. I listened to me.
I'm
Yeah,
telling
exactly.
you.
So what should we? Can we play a video? Because we on the live stream for.
If
the
we could
people.
play a video, play that Ken Dean real quick. Let's set the
Can
mood
we
with that
get
Ken Dean real quick.
Let me know when that Tone Trump Ken Dean is loaded up.
Hey, let them know when I was in your studio, right? How many people I had with me when I was up there? I had one person with me, right? One person with me, and there was about 50 people in there, and they got crazy. Did I stand tall? Did I put my back to the wall? Did I get out there safe? Let the record show. Did I walk out right? Did I grab my bag?
I don't even like
Believe
hearing
that.
that you was around in the town and it was
Oh no, no, look,
anything,
no.
you know
Let me
what
tell
I'm
you something. I was so good though, like, cause this is one of my homes.
Yeah.
So I made one phone call and it got real critical, but you know, it's all love and peace. It's all love and peace.
We got to
Okay,
chill,
okay, Sam,
DMV.
get
It's
studio.
all love and peace.
Shout to my
I
brother.
guess I ain't hear
Shout to my brother Young Mo from
Young
VA.
Mo, yeah.
You know, I hit him with a 911 and they pulled up right. So shout to my bro Young Mo, all my ox in VA. Shout to Fat Trail. The DC been showing me love since
I'm gonna
day
tell
one.
you.
So
I'm gonna tell you
shout
when
to all
we
my
off
people.
mic, somebody else who you could call if you ever in that situation. You know what I'm saying? Off mic though, I'm gonna tell you.
Believe that.
We got that video queued up.
was on-
You know
Come
what
on,
I'm saying?
man.
we got Tone Trump in the building. Introduce this video right now. We about to see for the people. You
Hey
know
man,
what I'm
right
saying?
here, man. It's the biggest video in the world. This is Tone Trump featuring Jim Jones, Ken Dean, 3 million plus on World Star,
Yeah.
Wow.
million streams globally.
Wow.
You know, more checks, more
All big.
checks. The #1 stream record in the prisons in Pennsylvania. In Pennsylvania, them
Okay.
songs is $5 a piece.
J
You
Pay
do
is
the math.
poppin'.
You do the math
That
on that.
J Pay is
Okay.
popping.
Shout to
Okay.
Capo Jim Jones. Let's get into that Ken Dean right here.
Black Smoke
Directed by me
Podcast.
and all that. Let's win.
Yes.
Muslim dying family, free kill king. One for your brother, what you want for yourself. One for your sister, what you want for yourself.
Hey King, I got
Love,
it.
Chia. A rapper and a shooter like Shia Ali.
Right,
A hustler and a Muslim like Sheikh Ali.
Wallahi.
West Side King, I don't need ID.
West Side.
They killed my little cousin, damn PIP. Peace in paradise. I'm on the block like a pair of dice. I treat these products like a pair of Nikes. I'm Ramadan sober, I got my bands right.
Mashallah.
Black Koofy, black Dickie, that's what I wear at night.
Go.
I did it for the fam, I ain't stingy. My wife won properties, my son won Balenci's. 2,000 for the jeans, the Thobe custom Fendi. When Meek was chasing his dreams, I was chasing the Benjis. Me, Bird Gang, I'm like the Jimmy of my city. Black excellence, I'm like the Diddy of my city.
Take that.
West Philly, I'm the mayor around there. Watch your body, you can get air around there. Can I Dean? Can I Dean?
I'm on my Dean, nigga.
Can I Dean?
I know some rich Muslims keep prayer rugs in back of the Rolls Royces, nigga. Prayer rugs on the yacht.
Can I Dean?
What's up, nigga? Eastside blood, you know how we giving it up. Capo. My nigga leaves his gun in his car when he jump out, go to the mosque and pray. He got ops, so COVID is excuse to use his mask and pray. You hear that? The imam gonna tell you the same thing that the pastor say. I got Muslim brothers want me take my shahada just like Cassius Clay. Wallahi. Lord forgive us, cause we been out here getting cash off, yay. I've been lost in the street like Tom Hanks in the Castaway. Save me. Fucking pretty bitches trying to find me a place to crash and stay in every night. Swear you can hear somebody blast the K. We got whips and chains, but we ain't listening to what Master say. I'm a no-limit soldier, I've been listening to Master Pay. Wallahi, I'm grateful, I still give thanks when I break fast. Catching me at the light, you can see Ferrari on my brake pads. I'm on my Dean. Prayer rugs in back of the Wraith. I keep a 40 cal that be stashed in back of the safe. Listen, scary moment if I'm ever cracking the safe. I know I got one to the head, I got one in the head that's in back of the safe. Trucks on you, fucker.
Can I Dean? Can I Dean? Can I Dean? Can I Dean?
We back live. That was that Ken Dean, Tone Trump, Jim Jones. Seen a few familiar faces in the video.
Believe that.
You know what I mean? It had that whole.
Damn, I like the way that look up there, man.
Yeah.
Why y'all ain't had
It's
that on
cooking,
earlier?
good
Come
looking.
on, man.
That's what I mean.
I came from Philly. Don't give me the halfway treat. I need the whole shit.
That's what I mean,
We got you,
man.
man. We got
you.
Teamwork make the dream work, man.
Believe
Where the
that.
gang at, man?
Believe that.
Like I said, we was talking about off the camera. We was
Yeah.
supposed to work years ago.
Yeah, that's how
You know what
long.
I'm saying?
Look, we've been in the mix for a while.
Shout out Faster Big Fella.
Shout out my boy Faster Big Fella, the man. I was out here with him. I was actually out here. I had a show out here. This was a while ago.
This was a minute ago though. Like
Yeah, I was out here with Snow. Jeezy had something out here, and then me
you
and
ain't
Fats.
even had no hair.
Nah, didn't. Fats took me to the hood, and he kept telling me about her. And you know why I didn't
I am
forget
not from
you?
the hood.
Yeah. He took me to the hood, but he was telling me about her.
It's like, nah.
But I never forgot her because it's crazy. You look so much. When I said you look like my family, I mean like specific people. I'm gonna show you somebody.
Wow.
You look like my sister. It looks crazy, like my
Yeah,
real
you
You know
blood
how
sister.
them, you know how
You
that
are my sister.
genealogy
You better
be
know it.
going. You know what I'm saying?
Real rat.
We all tap
Especially
into
with
the
my
same
pop, he might
ancestor.
be my sister. we gotta check our DNA out with my daddy.
Yo, that Ken Dean joint. Talk about that, like how you hooked up with Capo and all that.
That's family, man. But to be honest, like that record meant a lot to me because, like, growing up, I was a Dipset baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? And Capo was always my favorite. Like, I always loved Capo. And and I'm gonna tell you something about the power of words. When I did the verse, I did one verse. I did the whole song at first, but in the first verse, I mentioned Jim. And I told my producer Ali, I said, I'm gonna get Capo on this record.
That's how you do that.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't know how I was gonna do it, but we got a mutual homie, Free Sheik Ali. In the song I say something about Sheik Ali. Sheik Ali is a legend from North Jersey, a true Muslim Don, a true man of honor. And he locked up right now fighting to come home. And him and Capo real tight. And he one of my elders. And I hit him like, yo, I need Jim on this joint. And I reached out to Jim and like a real when he got right back. Did the record together, supported the record, did the video right away.
That's thorough.
You know what I'm saying? That's my brother. So we definitely backing everything he doing and he backing what I'm doing. And it met, like I told Capo, I was like, yo, I did a lot of songs with a lot of people. I've even done records with people, Pauls, who bigger than Capo, but that one meant a lot to me because
Right.
of who he was to me
That's-
growing up. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta pause everything. Just
Oh yeah,
in
I'm
case.
vicious. That's because of my kids, man. They be
That's what
on
I'm
me.
about to say. See, that's another like the pause. People was talking about that last time. It's like the pause.
Yo, my son vicious. Like my son pauses me. I could be talking to a female and he be like, yo, pause. I'm like, yo,
Damn. Like, what's the rules? This can count right now.
There's no rules.
There's
I'm
no
trying to
rules.
As you
Like,
talk, just
yeah.
say pause somewhere while you
I
talking.
got like PSCD
I
from
think
him,
that-
so I be pausing stuff. He be like, you ain't had to pause it. I be like, well, just in case, pause.
I seen you at
A pre-pause.
the Sixers Celtics game with your C's. That was good to see out. You know
my
what I
son,
mean?
My son went viral off that joint. He had got 1 million hits on TikTok and
He
all
was
that.
feeling that win.
He was feeling it, man, and it was a special moment because that was the first time I seen him cry tears of joy. Like we didn't even know he could do that, and I already knew if they lost, he was going. Like when Eagles lost the Super Bowl, bro, he was crying more
Me
than the
too.
players.
I was with him.
Like he was going through it, and it was his birthday, so it was like a double whammy. But I was literally at that game
Wow.
praying, like because if Boston had hit a shot at the end that if it would have counted, we would have lost. And I literally was in my head trying to think of how I'm going to console this boy on that ride home if we lose this game. So when they won, that emotion was real. Like I was
Wow.
like,
That's
thank
what's up.
God.
I saw
It wasn't even about the Sixers. It was about my baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
So
Man,
yeah, I
that's-
mean, I was glad he
that's
got to
what-
see that win.
That's one of the best feelings, though. You
Oh
know
yeah,
what
he
I'm
was
saying?
turned
Like,
up. They put him on a jumbotron about 3 times. It was lit. He was lit. He was famous. He was lit that Monday in school for sure.
Young king of Philly on the rise.
Believe
you know
that.
what I'm saying?
Believe that.
Touching them early. You know what I mean?
Believe that.
So
how old is he?
He 9.
Oh yeah, that was
So that
big
meant
for him.
everything
a
to him.
lot.
And shout out to the whole Sixers and the whole staff because they definitely gave us red carpet treatment and the way they treated my baby. I don't care. I don't care
man.
about sports, but I care about my kids.
that's
So it
dope,
made a
man.
lot to me.
As you
I mean,
should.
it's dope because, I mean, they do that, for the celebrities, but
Right.
for you, like, yeah, you famous, everybody know you, but it's like from what I see, where I see what you do in Philly. I mean, I just saw you where it was a restaurant up there in the area, and they curved a
Right.
young Muslim female
Right.
employee about wearing a hijab
Right.
at work, and man, you went up there and stood tall and
Right.
and called on them peoples for that BS and rallied the people, and you doing stuff like that in between, like that wasn't necessarily your cause or your
No.
movement, but you take it on like it is, and
Right.
you know what I'm saying. So like it's good to see when you get the awards from the community and
Right.
from the government in Philly, and you get treatment like that from the Sixers. You deserve that, bro. You
Right.
deserve those flowers. So
Yes, you do.
I appreciate that.
Does your son play ball?
Dewey, superstar,
So tell me this:
superstar.
what sit down did you have with him about John Morant?
Honestly, good question.
Because you gotta love John Morant if he's young.
He
and
not
ball.
he's not crazy about John Morant because like me, we real geographical. We all about Philly, so he ain't.
He's aware of him. Though.
He's aware of him. See, I'm a little torn with that because like I don't understand. Like I'm not a piggybacker, so when I see everybody all upset with John Morant, like my thing is like he young and black and rich and he having fun and he didn't hurt nobody. Nobody was harmed in either video. And when people say stuff like, "Well, he a role model," I feel like parents should be role models. So like,
Exactly.
my
They
son is
should
not allowed.
be, but
I don't
they
think they're
should be,
rappers.
And I think we got to use these opportunities like young. Like let me tell you something. If that was a hockey player doing the same thing John Morant was doing, it would have never been on your timeline.
Because we don't know
'Cause the
anything
real-
about. I can't name 300.
It's not about hockey,
Yeah,
brother. It's
but-
not what the bigger picture is about the fear of a black man with a firearm. That's the main thing about it. Because guess what? If somebody who's in that 2A community made that same video and they know what they doing and they got trigger discipline and things like that,
Right.
what's wrong with that video?
Nothing.
nothing.
Yep.
Nothing.
And there
So
was
stop.
nothing.
Wait. So stop. So the main thing we should be doing is we should be educating that brother because guess what? He's legally allowed to have
So-
a
so
firearm.
he
He's
is.
legally allowed to make a video with
Those
his
are things
firearm.
that
He
need-
is,
So
but
what
he's
we need to do-
also.
Let me finish before you
All right, go
interject.
ahead.
We need to educate him and other young black men. We need to, like all y'all brothers that's in here that got sons, y'all should use this moment to take your sons. Like I have somebody that comes to my home to teach my children firearm safety and training. I don't have to lock my gun up like not you, but some people got to lock their gun up because guess what? My 9-year-old, if he see my gun, he not going to put his hands on it.
All right, my turn.
And if he does put his hands on it, he going to know how to handle it.
So, but he did it once already. This was the second time he
Right.
did it, and we tried to educate him after the first. When I say we, I mean other people in the culture. I know for a fact different people that reached out, tried to educate him on just the overall. He's had different contractual obligations with the NBA and with the team.
Right,
on-
and then everybody
on
keeps
the-
talking about his money. His
yeah,
money. That's a nigga thing, bro.
I ain't worried about his money.
Right.
But I also agree with what you say about parents being a role model because my son is a John Morant fan and a Young Boy fan.
Real
He never gonna be caught out there doing something. If you ask me, based on what I've instilled in him, he's not gonna be caught out there slipping and slacking.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm open to you. Go ahead. You want to be
This
a fan?
what's happening though. Y'all
and
are
it
good
is an
fathers, right?
educate. Yeah.
Y'all are good fathers.
We all are. I think.
Right.
Everybody that's
A
a
lot
father
of
in
young
there, I hope,
people
you
out
know
here
what I'm saying?
don't have good fathers, right? So
So
then
he can't play with his gun because y'all don't got a good father.
playing with a gun is a bad thing to do. You can't play with a gun. You got to be
If,
serious
if,
about a
if,
gun.
if you have
Because talking about what you were
Well, yeah,
talking
when
about
he
coming
just-
with
when he just pulling it
brother
out, like,
coming
what's
to
the purpose
educate
of
your
it?
kid. I'm a USCCA certified firearms
Is he gonna
instructor.
play with the
So
gun?
I went and got
I
the
seen
whole
you.
training and I
I seen you do
educate.
it.
So like in that aspect, it's a different. It's received and shown differently. You know what I'm saying? When it's shown in the but when it's shown with the YB and the lyrics that
But
you're
stop,
quoting.
but you buying into the media right now. So now we got to listen to a certain song.
No.
No, you just said. Look what he just said.
No.
Now it's the why.
Was he-
No.
was he-
I'm
okay,
saying
so
the
wait,
difference in
literally listening
portrayal,
to that
just the
song?
difference in
But-
views
but-
and how it looks.
But everybody pay
You know what I'm
attention.
saying?
He said he just told him himself. He said listening to the YB. So if he's listening to Taylor Swift, is it a different video? Yes or no?
Slightly.
yes.
That's fucked up.
Well, not.
That's
But I mean,
fucked
but I
up.
mean,
Y'all
but-
brainwashed,
No,
man.
but
I'm just saying
Y'all
because
brainwashed.
it's not a brainwash. I'm listening to what the lyrics are saying and what he's portraying. So that view right there, even though it's to
Oh
me,
man,
to me
you
it's
made
just
all this money in music and you gonna do that?
No,
that hurts.
listen. To
I
me,
don't-
it's
hurts.
entertainment. I don't feel no.
But you just
but I
said that if
see-
he was listening to Taylor Swift, it's a different video.
it's
not-
a weird video if he's
It's
listening
just
to
weird.
with a gun.
You know,
It's weird.
I
Well,
don't,
what I'm
even,
just
I don't
saying,
even like
not-
doing
not-
the ifs.
not-
I
not
just like
YB.
doing with what is. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
and my thing is-
I'm just saying the view and how it looked, the optics
let's-
and how
but
it
let's-
looked
let's-
for our
let's-
coach. I'd rather see him
for our culture.
training in
he-
an education.
If he was listening to like some
with the
public
gun.
enemy
But-
type
but-
shit where
but-
he
You know
was
what
real
I'm
with
saying?
it, or
I
like
don't know enough about this
some
shit.
Joey badass shit, like where motherfuckers like on his shit, That's more militant, and I'm cool with that. But like,
Oh, so you cool with it if he got his gun out to Joey Badass, but because he had it
yeah,
out
because
to
Joey
young.
Badass is like really.
Do you hear these niggas?
Joey
First of all, let me
Badass
tell
really
you
talking some
something.
shit.
Dude, y'all agree
This
with these
is-
niggas? Please tell
They
me
got,
that.
they got,
I
they
don't
got
have
So
different.
if he had Joey Badass on, the video was cool now.
It's-
Y'all hear
it's
this?
way
Hold on, you
better.
talking about Joey Badass the rapper?
I gotta get
We
the hell out of
talking
here.
talking
Nigga, I
about
don't
too
know.
many
I don't
what
know.
ifs,
Joy
man.
Badass shit?
I
You
just
was
like talking
Joy-
about
Joy
what
Badass.
is.
No, I don't have nothing
talking
against. I don't
shit.
have nothing against. No, I feel like he can listen to whatever the fuck you want to and play
Look,
with.
But I think,
see,
like-
you don't want to know my
I feel
opinion.
like if y'all understand if y'all
Yes, we do.
if y'all understand where this young brother made it from and where he got to, he off work during the off season, living his fucking life,
On
and y'all
live,
talking about.
though.
Okay, you could do this, but you got to listen to this kind of music and
Nah,
do
I
this.
don't-
All
I
I
don't
can
care
say
what
is
he-
this.
I'm not- I don't care
ain't
what
come
he
from
doing,
no
too.
do nothing on live era.
I
I
don't
believe
care
in
what
doing
he
whatever
do.
it is that you want to do on your free time
Yeah,
with your
me
money.
too.
But to me,
I-
on the internet, it's something different to
But
me. That's what the
it
youngest
ain't
do.
me. I don't care.
Like, no, I really
just
don't care.
I'm just telling. I'm just trying to. It's about education, right? So he should be educated on why he's receiving this backlash from his company. The reason why we know who Ja Morant is because of basketball.
So what he lost out on a lot of endorsements and stuff like that, right?
He
Yeah.
might be. That's what it's looking like.
his
He
first-
might
his
be.
first
And
gun
again,
pull lost
I'm
him
not
39
worried
million.
about his money. Or it's not affecting me.
I'm gonna give y'all another example. Y'all remember? Y'all all know this person I'm about to mention because he's from this area, Allen Iverson.
Right.
Yeah.
During his era, they made him seem like the way he dressed was what the worst thing ever. They changed the dress code and all that shit. Like fast
Right.
forward now,
Yeah.
Do you see how these niggas is dressing now?
Right,
I mean, but that's
yeah.
what you had like in it. That was I guess.
You see how
I
you-
don't
Well,
know.
I
I'm
mean,
not-
No, I
I think David
get
Stern.
that.
I think David Stern was
I get
racist.
that.
Yes, it's the whole
think
and the
all
whole
racist.
shit is
I
racist.
think
The only
they all
reason, the
racist.
reason why I'm not too much engaged in any of those conversations because the whole it's design. You the one, you know.
I
you the one
agree.
for me.
So
I
if
The
you
white ball,
if,
brown
if
ball
they all
situation, all that
racist,
shit, I don't- my
if
child wouldn't
and
play
we
any
know
of those
that,
things.
and we go and still play their game, well, you got to understand why this persecution is
Yeah.
coming.
All right, so look,
now.
so Stu,
But-
outside
How
of
old
that,
is he?
He's
A
20.
kid.
He's
He's
a
a
man.
kid.
22,
He's a kid.
21.
He could be in the military.
Well, y'all keep saying he's a kid, but if his ass get locked up for doing those
No,
things
but-
that he doing, he won't be get locked up as no kid.
But in our culture, he a kid.
Yeah, I understand. I think
At
he's a kid
22
too.
years old,
And the age
you
that y'all
worth
just
$300
told me.
million, and you come from back road South Carolina. This boy ain't never hit no woman. This boy don't cheat on it. This boy's a great father. This boy done put his friends on. This boy has rebuilt this community. This
I've
boy,
never heard anything positive about the young man since I've heard
because
about
they
him.
don't because they don't want you to hear nothing positive because
I
brothers like
have.
this push these agendas on
Nah,
brothers.
peep
Hold
this
on,
though.
hold on, hold on,
Wait,
see,
wait,
hold
look,
on,
They
peep
hold
this.
pushing
on,
agendas
hold on,
No, wait,
on
no,
this
so
young
look.
brother. This
Ain't
boy
no-
is
hold
an
on,
amazing
listen.
father.
No, all right, so listen.
Yo, let me just say
All
this
right,
real
go ahead.
quick. This boy has spent so much of his own money to revitalize an area in Memphis that, with all due respect, Yo Gotti and none of them ain't never get close to doing. This boy ain't from Memphis, and he is literally supplying jobs and homes, and I ain't never seen a meme about it. I ain't never seen no repost
I
about
mean,
it.
but that's
That
what it
boy
is.
go
That's
to
it.
one
About it.
gun.
But ain't nobody supporting the
But he
what you
didn't
just said they
put
was
that
doing. They
up.
not doing that.
He
What you
didn't
said they
put
doing
up
spreading
him-
it.
him
My brothers
doing
ain't
all
doing
that
nothing like
stuff
that.
you
Don't
just
say they doing
said.
nothing like that because that's not what it
No,
is.
but and
We
he
talk, that's why I don't like to
didn't
talk about
put
this type
that
of
up.
shit.
He didn't.
Talking about spreading agendas.
Wait,
Yeah,
one
I ain't a
mic.
political person.
Well,
I don't make it a topic. We don't talk about
Yeah,
it.
see,
I
that's
don't,
what
but
I'm
look,
saying. I don't give
all
a
I'm
fuck
saying
about
is,
the
and he ain't post all that stuff you just talk about. He posted. He was on
He
the
did
lot.
post that.
He
He
was
did.
on. I'm just saying,
about when
like,
he rebuilt the courts in Memphis?
yeah. I saw it. We saw all that. That Nike probably paid for that. You know what I'm saying?
Dude,
He ain't come out his pockets for that. I know how that shit
I
go. He
don't
used his influence and his platform for something
and
good.
his sweat equity.
And his sweat, he used it for something
sweat
good.
equity.
And that's what I want him to do. Like for that's what I want my sons to see from him. But it ain't my business either. That's him. So I don't spend no time persecuting or no agendas,
right.
but I just feel like if that's what he's doing, he should focus on that and show that more than what. That's
Right.
all I feel.
I
you know what I'm saying?
understand the backlash. I just don't agree with it, and I just feel like when
So
it comes
on
to
your live, ain't nobody pushing no agendas. We ain't doing that. Ain't
So-
nobody pushing no agenda.
well, you don't like the verbiage of it, but if you listen to
Yeah.
what your brothers were saying, what they are saying.
Well, you
is what
asked
the
us a what
masses-
if.
that's
You
what the
pushed the
masses are saying.
agenda.
Right,
You-
okay, so
you
peep this.
created that
One mic.
agenda
Well,
because
you-
you asked us a what
Okay,
if.
but what the main thing I want to say is the main problem is the relationship between firearms and black men.
Okay.
So bigger than
I'm from Oakland on some
basketball,
Black Panther business, so
There you go.
I'm with the
with
business.
the 2A movement. So it's bigger than basketball, bigger than Ja Morant is the conversation about us educating our little black babies
Okay.
on how to handle firearm. That's one thing we all can agree on.
Yes.
Because if you think about the accidental shootings, that comes from lack
Exactly.
of knowledge. So if we teach these babies how to be around firearms and train, and because guess what? When I go to the gun range, bro, anytime I see a father and son, they never are complexion. and every day
right.
I see fathers and sons.
Yeah.
And I go to gun ranges from here to Atlanta, and I very rarely do you see females in there and black females, and and never do you see children. But guess what? Them little white boys is in that joint 9 a.m.
It's a part of life.
Yeah.
They in that joint 9 a.m. and they training and they learning and they getting better and better and better, while our babies is back on the iPads playing shooting games.
Exactly. And so,
Which is crazy.
Right. And so like
And on the live with guns
Exactly.
listening to
I think
YB.
I think
Right.
the,
To be honest, right.
No, so look, I think at the shooting range, that should be on live all day. You're doing something right. You even got the goggles. You got the whole. You probably even know how to clean a gun in the dark, right?
Right.
And that's beautiful. I think playing with it, accidents is bound to happen.
Well, they do.
You know,
they do happen.
You
but
you
we
about to
have
do a
get the
plexical
education.
burst or something.
Yeah, education. That's the
So
moral
what
of the
y'all
story.
think that he needs to? What do you think needs to be done for
I think-
him?
I
Like,
think-
what do
look,
you think?
I think he's a role model, whether he likes it or not. I think Allen Iverson was a role model. Allen Iverson is I'm very cool. We cool, right?
Look,
So-
look,
so
look,
is
look,
Tom-
look at this real quick. So I'm not 4 days ago, right, sis? You see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
4 days ago, where I'm at in a firearm safety and training class. So I'm not just talking.
Yeah, that need to be a
I'm
bigger
not just
part of
talking.
the.
I'm not
Oh,
just
we know.
talking.
I know.
And we
I
definitely need
believe.
more.
No, right.
You know
It's
what I'm
You
saying?
know,
Build that
I
period.
believe you
And guess what? I
wholeheartedly.
didn't go there for me. I went there for my people. I went there for the babies. I went there so I can
Yeah.
teach. I went there to get this guy on my side so I can bring him to my hood to say, all right, now I need you
Yes,
to teach them.
and that's
Yeah,
what it's about.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, just like
Who's that, Madge?
when it comes to
No, this is a different
And we need
brother.
definitely
This brother
more of
named
that.
Malik
We need
Brown.
more of that
Fire,
because
too.
even down to what you were saying about your child knowing not to play with your gun because of the knowledge he's,
Yep.
from you. Like a lot of people, a lot of things aren't reported on the news and on Instagram and all that stuff.
But guess why, sis? Because guess what happens? They spook us. You see what happened to Ja Morant with
Yeah.
that situation? So guess what every other little black boy in the NBA thinking? If I get a gun, I
He
lose
shouldn't
money.
have a gun.
If I
I
get a
mean-
gun, I lose money. If I get a gun, all the old people talk about me. If I get a gun, all those.
But if
that's
you
why I
get a
use
gun
the
or if you
word-
get it, so what did
No,
he
if you
do?
don't-
He did like this to the joint.
He
was
just
He
he
was in
did
the-
what every
so the
21-year-old
first
is
time-
doing
the
right
first
now.
time
He
he
put
was
his
in the
phone on and
strip
said, "I killed one of you
He was in a
stupid niggas.
strip
Y'all
club
come
with
play
Hold
with
on.
me."
The first time he was in the strip club.
he was in a strip club and he pulled his gun out, like
You told me about
John
Yeah,
Wick.
and then the second time he was and then after that
it. So why he pulling his gun out
so
in the
then,
strip
no,
club?
so look, then, no, listen,
winning,
listen,
he get
listen.
money,
Then
babe.
after that,
Nigga trying to shoot
wait,
the
listen.
bitches? That's
Wait,
not
listen,
winning.
listen.
No, he
Then-
shoot the women?
Look, then after that,
I just
no,
got
then
another
after that-
200 million, man.
No, look,
Don't
then
play
after
with
that,
me in
Don't
this
play
joint.
with me.
he's on the basketball court.
ain't easy for
and like
trying
when,
to
when
get
his
some of
team,
this.
like when his team, like every
See,
now
I
and
was
then,
shooting niggas at
his
22.
team will make
so I
a,
can't
Yeah,
talk
but see
about
what I'm saying?
it.
Like-
I was really.
Not
But look, so
basketball. No basketball.
Not-
his team will
basketball.
make a shot or something, and then he'd be like,
That's not funny.
like, you know,
but
doing some
I'm glad
gun
you
shit right his
here,
team. So
man.
it's like, okay, but like that got a different context now that you done
That's
pulled
like
out
his
the hammer.
victory dance.
Yeah, and then he was in a car where he was in the car where infrared beams were put on the opposing team's bus, right?
Oh, that's
From-
allegedly, bro. You
no,
didn't see
right, no,
footage of that,
no
man.
infrared beams. I'm not saying from a gun.
Yeah, allegedly.
But red beams were coming from a car that he was in, going into the team's bus.
Allegedly.
And then he pulled the hammer out on the 17-year-old that they started fighting.
Allegedly. No
Allegedly.
footage of that.
Yeah, I ain't even.
Okay, allegedly.
We going too far already.
No,
Yeah,
but
he
I'm
killing
saying-
my
That's
youngin.
fine.
I'm just saying,
killing my youngin
I
with all
understand. There
rumors.
was a lot of other mitigating
saying.
factors to the
Right,
situation other
so
than
I
that.
think like
but
fathers of communities, especially of children athletes, because I tried to do everything Mike Tyson did. I didn't try to rape no broad, but I was trying to dress like this motherfucker. I was doing neck bridges.
That's one of my heroes,
I was
man.
doing hella push-ups. I was doing all the shit that Mike Tyson was doing, right? You couldn't tell me shit about Mike
You
Tyson
my
since,
man for that.
since
I ain't
the
gonna
age I
lie.
was like,
That's my
however.
dog right
yeah, you know what I'm
Now
saying?
your man,
That's
first you get it down.
I don't like his job opinions, but I like the Mike Tyson way.
But like nobody could have told me shit about Mike Tyson. You
Me
know what I'm
neither,
saying? I tried to
bro.
get I took a baseball bat down to the barbershop to whoop this barber's ass because he fucked my hair up.
You try to get the part?
No, I didn't try to even get the part. I was just cut my hair like Mike Tyson. He
Oh, you
fucked my
want
shit
that
up.
high ball
you
fade?
seem like
my shit up.
you sound triggered. You sound triggered
I
right
took a
now.
baseball bat to the
still
door.
mad.
Yeah, he's still mad about that
Trying to
shit.
get the fuck to it.
Hey, look, but that's how much I wanted to. That's how much I was following his every move. You feel me? So
I feel
like,
you on that.
so I just think like when there is an athlete, whether they like it or not, you want all these channels, them lights is hitting you right, and then you got to kind of angle conversation towards your kid, like, okay, kiddo, this shit right here is not the way you do that. This
Yeah.
like let's curve this conversation into this is like if you legally owning your pistol or whatever, but this is how you treat your pistol.
Right.
And then another thing, I just want to end it with this. Another one of the things you gotta be careful with the media. The acronym for the media that I got from Maj Touré is the most effective devil in America. Pay attention to the fact that the attention they put on this young boy. One of the things that we all know about Ja Morant, his father T is a present black father at every game, always there. And I find it odd that the media is just putting so much attention on tearing down the little black boy who made it, who does have his father. They love to tell us every story about the little black boy who had the single
never heard nothing
mom
about
and
his
all
father
that.
either.
You know what I'm
His
saying?
father always be with him.
And his father is always with him, always doing great work.
I just think, like,
and has a strong foot and hand in the community as well. And they won't talk about that.
Nah,
but he
and
makes
we
a
know this,
2-minute
though.
video with a gun up, and it's like the biggest story in the world.
get what you're saying.
We know
You
this.
just gotta be
though.
careful
We
with
just
the media.
We do, and we know this. Like, we all know this now.
Right.
It's 2023. It's not
Very
a
true.
secret. We know this, and that's why I'm just.
They wicked
I
game.
want to
Okay, so I have a
our
question.
people to just move
You
smart.
keep
What's
saying
another?
he's a-
but
he's
before
a,
your question, my bad. Give us another video to pull up, and while he's pulling it up, we're gonna get Pinky's question. Give us another, because I want to end with another video.
Let's play a classic. Let's play Tone Trump, Black Jesus. My son is in that video since I was talking about my baby. Let's
Yeah.
play that Black Jesus one time.
All right, bet. Now your question.
I want to say my question on the air.
That's what I said. We on the air.
We on the air.
He's just pulling it up.
Damn,
Dang.
I forgot. So as with him being a role model, do you think, like, I didn't sign up, but did you sign up to be a role model when you first started making music?
I was excited about being a role model.
Okay.
I don't think I signed. I think I embraced it. I knew that was be part of the job, and I was like one of the people that I know most people don't like that, but I wanted it all, and that was part of what I wanted. I wanted
Okay.
kids to look up to me.
Yeah, I didn't when I started making music. So I'm not sure about Ja or how
Right.
he feels, but some people, like, it's an outlet for me. I just want to express myself, get
Fire.
it off
You know
of me.
what the thing about being a
I'm
role
not thinking
model-
about how
what-
I hope it helps you. I hope you feel it or whatever, but this is about me. So maybe when he's
I get that.
playing
I
his
respect
sport or
that.
doing what he's doing, that's just him doing him. It's different. And even when I started making music, it wasn't no internet and all that stuff. I mean, it was there, but I wasn't on it
Right,
because I was
the scene, right.
from the streets and I was doing, like, I was, that was one of my first bars. My
know,
face, my face.
I don't
no
think-
Facebook,
I don't think-
Assassin, my revolver, I'm a face crook and all that shit. I
Right.
wasn't thinking about it.
I don't think
influencing
role
anybody.
models sign up for it. I don't think
That's
role
why
mo-
that was the
I think
question.
People, the
That's why I
people
asked him,
choose.
did he sign
people
up for it?
choose like, and that's the thing about it again. Like,
And that's your choice to look up to
because
me.
of this media,
It's kinda not your choice,
high-paced
though.
media
I
world
mean,
that
I
we
ain't
live
sitting up here
in.
trying to be a role model to anybody. Still to this
But
day.
once you put your art
now
out,
I understand it. But I'm
once
talking
you
about
become a
originally.
public figure,
It's part of it.
it's part of it. You,
Yeah, I
the
understand.
people gonna choose
But I
you,
feel
and
like-
people, and
But
on the
him
map,
at
they
that age, you
choosing
think
Ja. These kids are choosing him as a role model.
but
They
the-
choosing a
but-
child. Y'all
He may
live with
not
him being a
accept- he may
child.
not wanna
Everybody
be-
was like he's a child, so you're choosing a child to be a role model.
Yes,
Look up
they
to?
are.
He's not a
They
child
are.
to
He's
children,
a child with playing.
At 22 years
he's
old,
a-
I was a school teacher. I was Mr. Dawson teaching science in public school.
Yeah, I mean, you're
I mean,
an
at
adult.
22, I was doing stuff too.
We
You
know,
what I'm
we
saying?
know
Like,
what it
I'll
is
say, you know what
because
I mean?
we've been
22, I
22
was
before.
bugging.
But see what I mean?
I was bugging.
Yeah,
at
but I
20.
wasn't a child teaching kids. Parents was asking me, what do I do with this child? And I'm like, damn.
Yeah, that's different. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like,
no, but
I wasn't no teacher. You know what I'm saying?
no, right. But
I was
even out in the street, you was old to a
too.
17-year-old.
That's true, but I was young to a 45-year-old.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
But-
it's all about perspective.
More of the story
exactly. It's
is
all about perspective.
more
Oh,
of
yeah,
the
always
story.
about-
More of the story is education is key.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And thank you, my brother, because we could do this for hours.
Yeah,
and
man. Hey,
gonna
before I get out of here, man, I just want to say, man, like, I appreciate y'all having me. I'm a fan of this show. Like I did my homework, because whenever I do interviews, I try to like go back and watch so I can know what I'm, getting into. And I wouldn't have came all the way here if I didn't love and respect what y'all
that's
doing.
love, man.
So I wish y'all
Thank
nothing
you,
but
brother.
success. I pray success for y'all, and keep doing what y'all doing, man.
Thank
Man,
you.
thank you
Love.
again, man.
Thank you.
We
We appreciate
Thank y'all
you.
for having
I
me,
got
man.
one more.
We
I got
And I
one
love
more.
your accent too.
Man.
Yes, you're
Original
like
DC,
theirs? I like yours.
Uptown's finest,
Real DC.
Uptown, real DC,
Real DC.
Northwest.
Oh yeah.
period.
Oh, I'm in DC, so I have to say this, man. Welcome home to Tony Lewis, man. I'm so
Yes,
happy to
yes,
see you
yes,
home.
yes, yes.
Shout to his son Tony Lewis Jr., man, and free the real.
Yes.
Hey, look, I got
Facts.
one more thing that I want to ask you, but you could just express it to everybody. If somebody gets anything out of your music, before somebody else says what it is, what are you here to say your music is giving?
Good question.
Just perseverance. Like, I was the one, like, I come from the city of the best rappers in the world, and I was like, when I first started, I probably was the worst rapper out of all of us. But I just kept praying and kept working, and I knew I looked better than all of them. I knew I was smarter than all of them. I knew I was flyer than all of them. So I kept persevering. I kept striving, and now I'm the biggest in the world. So
That's
just
right.
keep grinding, keep trapping.
I love
keep
it.
praying. That's all. That's what I tell them.
Family, Tone Trump,
The
Black
biggest
Smoke
in the world.
Podcast.
Play that Black Jesus. Shout to my son.
Yeah.
Shout to my
Bang,
babies. I
bang.
love y'all. Philly, West Side. We in the building.
Let's dig.
The Black Smoke Podcast.
Bang, bang.
Black Smoke. Where them flowers at?
Oh,
We in the building.
To my ghetto, mother shit. They kill at will. Fresh Prince to the ghetto, man, I feel like Will. Nitty home, she home, now we just need kill. Inshallah, make dua for the appeal. This ain't a rap song, this is real life. This ain't that rapper jewelry, baby, this is real ice. VVS's, look at the clarity. I'm a Muslim dying, look how they stare at me. Another sock dry, that's for charity. I'm the greatest, stop comparing me. Say a prayer for my Akis and themselves. May Allah have mercy and keep us under him. Say a prayer for my Akis and themselves. May Allah have mercy and keep us under him. Say a prayer for my Akis and themselves. May Allah have mercy and keep us under him. Say a prayer for my Akis and themselves. May Allah have mercy and keep us under him. West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground. That's where I spend most of my days. The summers is hot, the winters is cold. Welcome to my ghetto. West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground. That's where I spend most of my days. The summers is hot, the winters is cold. Welcome to my ghetto.
Black Smoke Podcast, hosted by Grindstone, Pinky Killer Corn, and P. Stew.
This is a giant eyesore.
All you have to do is point.
Nice!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK and we'll be at your house within 90 minutes.
We come at your convenience.
When you